You never learned...
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
Roger, help me. I only have a moment. They faked.
Stellar, what happened? The picture's gone. You're alive?
That's Commander Kielbasa, dummy. That's Commander Kielbasa's command center. No, wait. It's his scratching post. No, it's his command center. Scratching post. Wait, kids, don't fight. It's both. That's the communication officer. He's the ship's engineer. It's Commander Kielbasa's kitty litter box. This is where he makes most of his best command decisions. Not to mention all of his log entries. That's Dorf, the ship's chief of security. That's the science officer.
Commander Kielbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whiffing cleaning fluid again?
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpay.
Wilco, do you realize how irrational that sounds? We buried Stellar. You were there. Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Sir!
Wilco, we have our orders from Starcon and we'll be carrying them out. Drop it, Janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
Don't pick at... Don't...
Welcome to Hollow Suite Program 5551212, the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique used mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the applier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering into the victim's ear dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. This particular combination of nerve stimuli and loss of cerebral control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness. In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced lobotomy. Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours. When they awaken, they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer. You will please to pay attention. Address the subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Maybe you can fix me up with your sister. I have told you after her and we're gonna have margaritas together. Oh, the two of us get we have fun. Oh, get a hubba going in the wee. And I just like that. We
So, as you can see, it is very effective. If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species. This completes our program. Thank you very much.
It's a bottle of morphine. Magnum opus belongs to an elite StarCon fighting forces called the Flying Flingers, FF for short. That's Chesbro, one of the Shuttle Bay guards.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't get away. I got you now that you've got a... Hard to believe this is a real job. Oh, my... Oh. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumble-jumbo and your hubba-chubba. Ooh, boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I gotcha with this. And, I think I broke a fingernail here.
It's a hovercraft for transporting replicated food. Home sweet home, until you figure out how to get out of here and away from that nearsighted security guard.
Enjoy. I'll be back to pick up the cart. With the force field on, I trust you won't be going anywhere. I have some matters to attend to now.
It's one of the interestingly shaped pastries you took from the food cart.
Cool. Bobbit kebabs. They whip up some interesting food items in this joint.
It's the donut you filched from the food cart. It's a plate of grill hair spaghetti. It's a nice round melon.
I remember what this is. It's a rack of Orat. Haven't seen this stuff since Space Quest 1.
It's a tuberous growth of some sort from the food cart. These look like something they cleaved from the side of Yoda's head. Now it has some cool ears. The rack of Orat adds a nice touch. It's a tuberous... It's one of the interestingly shaped pastry. An interesting idea. Something's starting to take shape. What are you up to, Roger? Careful. A touchment of that adds something more to your work in progress. How creative. That's a nice touch. Not now. Dorf is looking. Gazing out the window reminds you of a legendary prisoner named the Birdman of Deepship 12, who raised homing pigeons in his cell for months. He then hatched a scheme in which he'd write notes and attach them to the pigeons and send the pigeons out the window in search of help. Naturally, the birds would immediately explode upon being released into outer space, but he never gave up. When he was released, he was heavily recruited by SOL Incorporated.
Enjoy.
As you run your hand over the graffiti covered,
Whoa, I see you have a visitor. I'll leave you two alone, but you know the rules. 10 more minutes and they have to leave.
Yikes, it's a good thing Dorf's so vain about wearing his prescribed much thicker glasses. That was too close. I nearly dampened an undergarment.
Nice! As you run your hand over the graffiti-covered bare plastostone walls of the cell, you wonder why nobody ever cleans this place.
I don't have to go right now. I went just before you started playing.
Enjoy.
Nice work. Sometimes you actually surprise me. Good thinking.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your...
Smooth move. You've got his keyring. It's your old non-organic friend, Circuit Sydney.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
Thanks, Sydney.
You seem uptight.
Say what? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Uptight was the word. Perhaps that is too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Oh, yeah. I do have a thing or two, well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Thanks, Sid. I do have to come up with some solutions. Sydney, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Flame away, Roger. You know I'd give you my right appendage if you needed it.
Funny you should say that, Sydney. I kind of have this situation where that very item could come in handy.
Really? Well, I was merely saying that metaphorically.
You really are a great friend, Sydney. That'll come in real handy. I can't thank you enough, Sydney.
Well, if you really are seriously in need of it, I suppose I could lend it to you. You will get it right back to me, won't you, Roger?
Oh, yeah. You bet your nut flanges, Sydney. Sydney, I kind of need another favor. I need one of your eyes.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes. I must have my auditory circuits diagnosed.
Well, actually, Sydney, I could use one of your eyes.
Are you certain, Roger? Well, I guess if you really need it.
Oh, I do. I really do, Sydney. You're a mechanized lifesaver.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
Oh, of course, Sydney. Real soon. Listen, I've got a couple of things I've got to attend to. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Sydney.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Oh, yeah. See you soon, Sydney.
The shuttle's alarm is now deactivated. If you were aiming for the shuttle hatch, you missed. But if you just wanted to inspect the hull of the shuttle for microfractures and embedded particulate matter, you were incredibly successful. It's the recall notice. These are the seats for the pilot and navigator, built of a semi-translucent gel foam that molds itself to the shape of whoever's sitting in it. The semi-transparency also makes it easier to spot loose change and crumbs that have fallen between the cushions. You summon the ability to leave it alone.
Let's see if this sucker works.
Hey! Here's your fish!
Janitor Wilco, what are you doing? You have no authorization to take that shuttle. To make matters worse, you have launched into the middle of a super double reverse anti-anomaly. You will turn that ship around immediately and head back to the shuttle bay. Do you understand, Wilco?
Bite me, Commander.
What was that last transmission, Wilco?
We're having a little problem with the signal, sir. I mean, with all due respect, sir, I did plead with you not to leave Stellar behind. Sir, I sense that something's just not right with that community. I don't believe Stellar is dead, and I just can't leave her there. I'm going to do this, sir, regardless of the consequences. Stellar saved my life not once, but twice. I owe her.
Well, that was her own stupid mistake. I demand that you return at once, Wilco. If you do so and surrender now, your record will be taken into consideration during your disciplinary hearing.
Oh, that'll help you loads.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just can't. I have to do this.
Wilco, you fool!
Just then, the shuttle is sucked into the anti-anomaly. Communication with the Deepship has been disrupted.